My name is Zoya. I'm the co-owner here at Le Virunga restaurant with my mom. We started in 2016. We are originally from Congo. So I was born in Congo, Kinshasa. Mom is half Congolese Portuguese and my dad is Indian born in Congo as well. Our restaurant is a Pan-African sub-Saharan restaurant, so it's not traditional per se. We take traditional recipes, we blend it with a modern twist. Within the same dish, you'll have a component inspired from Tanzania or from Cameroon or from Congo. It's kind of like a discovery and all using local products, which is very important. What a lot of people don't know, but you guys probably know, is that whether you're back home, you're gonna use local products. So it just made sense for us to just source our product locally here in Quebec. So our goat is from Quebec, our oxtail is from Quebec, our mutton is from Quebec. So all of those things, we find it locally. We're very lucky, and hopefully we can continue to source a bunch of amazing products here. I'll show you probably the restaurant so that you have an idea how it looks like inside. So, you know, due to COVID, we had to social distance all the tables, and we've added some plants. We got it today to give a little bit of a life inside the restaurant. And you have the mural all the way to the back. That was made from a local artist in Toronto. My mom is francophone, donc il y a quelques questions qu'on va lui poser en français, mais je vais tout traduire pour vous. I'm going to translate everything in English. Here is Chef Maria, that is my mom. Est-ce que tu as grandi avec le pique-nique déjà à la base?
Non.
T'as pas grandi? So she didn't grow up with the picnic.
Avec les pique-niques, avec les sandwichs.
Avec les sandwichs?
Ouais.
Des sandwichs au quoi?
Bah, les jambon fromage, hein, les traditionnels. Hein.
So she grew up with sandwiches. Most likely during the picnics we would bring in sandwiches, ham and cheese sandwiches, so it would be very cold. And donc quand on a eu cette idée de pique-nique, qu'est-ce qui t'est venu à l'esprit pour le menu? Qu'est-ce qui était important pour le menu, que ça représente la culture évidemment?
Mais parce que dans notre culture, dans notre cuisine, pas vraiment dans notre culture, vu que le pique-nique, nous on n'est pas très pique-nique, on est plutôt dans les repas vraiment familiaux, on se rassemble, on partage et tout. On a aussi des éléments qui peuvent nous permettre aussi d'aller pique-niquer comme les autres. Évidemment, le Covid nous a prouvé que, si tu veux, c'est un peu le Covid qui m'a un peu forcé à me dire, mais si j'ai envie de pique-niquer et j'aime pas manger froid, je fais comment?
Mm-hmm.
Et je me suis dit que dans ma cuisine, il y avait possibilité de pouvoir faire un menu de plats de chez nous qui puisse se transformer. Et le défi était aussi de donner la même expérience, l'expérience africaine jusqu'au bout. C'est parti de là, c'est le code Covid. Merci Covid.
For the Anglophones, so what she's saying is she didn't really grow up with the picnic. Because of the COVID-19, we wanted our customers to feel able to go picnic, to go outside, because it's not part of the culture that she grew up in. It was mostly eating at home, having family gatherings, and stuff like that. So really, the COVID-19 gave us an opportunity to have a menu that we could just put in those little boxes here. Fun fact, they are compostable boxes. We always think about like ecological part of what we do as well. So our picnic package will vary from week to week. So we can, just like our menu, our regular menu varies every week. So it really depends on the products that we have at the time. So today we have, qu'est-ce qu'on a aujourd'hui?
Aujourd'hui on a des boulettes, on a les frites de plantain.
Des boulettes de quoi?
Des boulettes de bœuf.
De bœuf?
Ouais.
Oui.
Épicées comme d'habitude, parce que nous on aime ça épicé avec les épices.
A little hot, a little spicy, so meatballs,
ouais.
Beef meatballs.
On a de la viande hachée de chèvre.
So goat minced meat, yes.
Évidemment au gingembre,
ginger, curry.
Présenté, qui sera accompagné de purée de pommes de terre.
It comes with a potato puree.
Très peu. Et puis on a J'ai parlé
too
des fruits
French.
des plantains.
Plantain fries. It's a Kenyan style way with tomato sauce. Ouais.
Au pilau, au parfum de pilau.
Parfum de
Et puis,
pilau.
pilau. Et puis,
Donc on a parlé, we have meatballs, we have goat minced meat, we have plantain fries, and we have les haricots.
ah, voilà.
Red
Haricots,
beans,
à la congolaise, à la quinoise, c'est-à-dire à la sauce
Congolese
tomate,
red beans
à la sauce
with tomato
tomate
sauce.
poêlée, avec du pain du Kenya, chapati.
Chapati.
Ça, c'est un
You
bon
guys
pain.
know
Et puis,
chapati, perfect.
on a un petit dessert crème angolaise
Oh.
et une crème de noix de coco avec un coulis de
And golden coconut cream. Ça vient avec la mousse.
La mousse à noix de coco.
Là, la mousse à noix de coco et une purée de fraises du Québec. So it
Ouais.
comes with coconut mousse and strawberry, Québec strawberry puree. Alors,
Je peux y aller?
vas-y. Qu'est-ce que tu considères comme un essentiel de pique-nique? What do you consider picnic essential?
Petit dessert à la fin, des bons.
A
petits-
dessert,
Ah ouais.
a sweet note.
Vraiment.
A picnic should
Regardez.
not miss a sweet note. I love TOTC. The name of the restaurant is Le Virunga. It's in Montreal. So we talked about the goat minced meat, and so it comes with potato puree. So we're placing up the puree. See, even in the boxes, she put some little love. Always,
Always.
même dans les boîtes.
Ben, dans notre cuisine, la cuisine africaine, c'est une cuisine d'amour. Du temps, il faut vraiment beaucoup d'amour pour les personnes pour qui on prépare.
A lot of love for the people that we cook for.
Ouais,
Always.
toujours.
Um,
Ça, c'est peut-être une cuisine de confort, mais c'est cuisine d'amour.
so it's a soul food, but first and foremost, it's a cooking of love. It comes out of love of the details, love of the products. It's
Et
important,
l'amour des personnes qui vont manger.
and love for the people who are gonna eat it. I'm gonna eat it, so she loves me, right? You love me.
Allez, hop.
So that's first one done. Look at this, it's so pretty. So now we're plating the meatballs. Beef meatballs, yes. With the tomato sauce. So what's next? Ça c'est les plantains?
Oui,
Ooh, we're doing plantain fries. Ooh. Ooh. So this one is like a poutine.
yes.
We would
Africa.
say it's like a poutine.
Yeah, you can say that.
With tomato. So that's just a tomato sauce,
And pilau.
pilau spices,
Spices. Now we're gonna add bacon.
bacon. But we can make it without bacon, but it's
Yeah,
just
you
to
can-
add a little bit of crunchy.
Exactly.
And this is
Pour donner de la texture.
texture, to add texture. So that's why we add the bacon.
Yep.
Ça c'est quoi le fromage
De
de
brebis.
brebis?
Du Québec.
Brebis, comment tu dis brebis? Sheep cheese? Sheep cheese?
C'est toi qui
Cheese.
parles.
Sorry. Sheep cheese. So,
Tu m'en demandes un peu trop là.
so that's the poutine, guys. That's a derivative of the poutine. That's not the real poutine, but
But
that's with plantain.
Mais-
That's a derivative.
important, ça se mange comme ça au Kenya. Hein? On s'entend?
Sans le bacon et le fromage.
Sans le bacon et le fromage,
So that's
bien
how we eat it
entendu.
in Kenya without
Ouais.
the bacon and the cheese.
Ouais,
That's important.
c'est très important. Donc,
So it's not something that we stole.
ça
It's something
ressemble-
that's part of our culture to
Exactly.
begin with.
Exactement.
Now, what do we have?
Beans.
The
Now,
beans. Well, why was it important to you to have a place where you can to do the food that represents you a little bit better than just cooking French food and Portuguese food? Pourquoi est-ce que c'était important que tu avais une place pour t'exprimer en fait
Mais parce que j'ai réalisé qu'on avait c'est pas une mauvaise image de la cuisine africaine, mais nous,
Elle est limitée. It's a
Voilà.
limited
On
image
avait- on
of
avait-
African
voilà,
cuisine. Yeah.
On avait toujours des grillades, on avait toujours...
Always
Or-
grilled.
Or, la cuisine
Grilled food is
africaine,
amazing,
elle est
but-
tellement, tellement vaste.
Ça va au-delà, oui.
Ça va au-delà de cela. Et moi, j'avais envie d'avoir un endroit comme ça où si je veux vraiment manger quelque chose, j'ai pas envie de cuisiner, j'y vais,
Mhm.
tu vois. Et puis montrer aussi l'autre côté de la cuisine.
Show another
Parce que
side of the
C'est vrai que
cuisine.
l'Afrique, l'image de l'Afrique, c'est toujours la pauvreté, c'est toujours la pauvreté.
It's
Oui,
always
certes,
a
c'est-
poor image
ouais.
of Africa.
Mais ça ne veut pas dire que notre culture est pauvre pareil. Notre culture n'est pas pauvre. Ce qui manque aux gens en Afrique, c'est le moyen.
Mhm.
D'ailleurs, quand on sort de ville, les gens qui sont en dehors de ville, je pense qu'ils mangent mieux et parce qu'ils mangent local.
Mhm.
Donc, et c'est un peu ça, c'est cette philosophie-là aussi. C'est pour ça ici on consomme local, c'est la philosophie de chez nous. Et puis, ouais, c'est ça, montrer l'autre image de l'autre cuisine africaine.
So show the image of another image of African cuisine, because we always have this idea of like we only have one side. We only can grilled food. We only can do limited amount of recipes, and you know, it goes beyond. When we talk about Pan-Africanism, it includes everybody. This is from Congo, so that's the Congolese red beans with tomato. This is from La Réunion, c'est ça?
Ouais, ça.
Les boulettes.
Ouais.
This is from l'île de la Réunion. This is from Kenya, minus the bacon and the cheese. And the mincemeat, le mincemeat. Mozambique. And then with the little chapati over there. Chapati is from Kenya.
Kenya, Tanzania.
Mhm.
Yeah, chapati.
We want to know more about you. So my mom was born in Congo, in Lisala, n'est-ce pas? C'est ça? Kinshasa. She was a business owner from the get-go. And she had a couple of enterprises back in Congo. Then we went on vacation in Belgium in 91, and that's when the trouble started. So we had to stay in Belgium for 16 years. In Belgium, she was a stylist. So the blouse that she's wearing, she made this for herself because she was tired of she was tired of wearing Zara's and all those things, and then so she decided to make her own uniform. When we came here 14 years ago, she decided that she wanted to learn more about one other of the passion that she has, which is cooking. So she went to school, au Collège La Salle. S'il y a des Montréalais, elle est allée au Collège La Salle, elle a fait sa formation au Collège La Salle. She made her school at Collège La Salle. And she worked in a couple of kitchens here in Montreal. And then after a couple of months, years, she decided to push me in the industry. So now we are plating the Angolan coconut cream. So this is kind of like a crème angolaise, but this one is an Angolese. So this one is from Angola, that the recipe inspiration comes from Angola. So you have the cream, you have the little...
le noix de coco à râper.
The texture, it comes from the coconut, le coconut râpé, some grape coconut.
Ouais.
And then you have the strawberry puree, the strawberry from Quebec. We have a white cherry here. Ooh, more. Plus, more. Yeah, more. Yeah, look at that. Woohoo! What are those? Cashew? Noix de cajou torréfiée. Torrefied cashew.
Voilà.
Wild cherry.
Yep.
Amazing!
Comme je dis toujours, il faut toujours que ça soit joli aux yeux parce qu'on mange d'abord avec les yeux, après avec le nez
C'est
et enfin avec la bouche.
magnifique. So everything is Black Foodie certified. Basically, the concept is really like a little small dishes that you can share So it's 4 appetizers, and then you have a dessert. The dessert you should have 2 of these. And then chapatis, you have 2 of the chapatis. Depending on the product that we have, it's between 40 and 45 to take away. We're probably gonna offer it all summer. We'll be right back with Jara from Kiss My Tongues. She'll be talking to us about like a picnic as well. And we'll be enjoying this beautiful food that we just plated. So
Hello.
we're back. I'm here with Jara from Kiss My Tongues.
Yes.
She's a local foodie here in Montreal, and so we're having our Black Foodie picnic day. We're enjoying. We set up the picnic for you to see, and then we have our picnic from Virunga that we packed earlier. So Jara, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas. We started food blogging about 2 to 3 years ago, and I've really picked up the pace in the last year or so. Well, when I first started, it was really all home-cooked meals, and everything that I was showcasing was things that I made. And now it really is a bit of everything in the Montreal scene, but I also really try to focus on feel-good food, comfort food, anything that like makes the spirit feel good.
Perfect. So you've had a lot of picnics
Yeah.
during COVID because of the situation.
Yeah.
We eat
Yeah.
quite a lot in the park. What can you tell us about the picnics that you've had so far?
You know what? Before COVID-19 and the situation that we're in, I was not much of a picnic person.
Oh yeah.
Right? So after being cooped up in the house for months, everyone's looking for something to do. I've
Yeah.
always enjoyed food. Dining was a huge part of like my life and my daily life before COVID. So finding ways to still get that experience of being out of the house and enjoying your food with good company while obviously abiding by all the safety laws and regulations, picnic just seemed like a logical next step. It's an inexpensive way to have a good time and to just enjoy good company and to enjoy good food.
We have this idea, and you're grasping it right now, that picnic needs to be sandwiches and and then veggies and everything that is cold, and we kind of like don't eat that much cold within the culture. It's more like a jerk chicken. It's more like a even the mac and cheese is warm and
Rice and your cooked food.
Yeah.
But I mean, if that's what you want, there's still ways to make that happen.
So we can probably open those boxes that we brought with us.
Nice.
That
so
we've
excited.
made earlier. We put labels on everything, so it's easy to know what is which.
Okay. So tell us what this is. I'm
So
gonna
this
show it
is the beef meatballs, some Berbere inspired flavors, and we didn't forget our main thing. I don't know if you guys know
Pepper
this.
sauce.
Of course.
You have to have your pepper sauce.
Always, see? So it's right here, the red beans. On the African continent, we eat a lot of beans, and
This
it's
one looks
good.
amazing.
That's plantain fries.
Oh.
Have a kind of a parmentier, hachis parmentier. So it's goat mincemeat with green beans and potato.
It almost looks a little bit like a shepherd's pie.
It does, actually. That's yeah. Hachis parmentier is like a shepherd's pie. Yeah. Have the chapati here, a little flat bread. That's
So what is this?
Angolan coconut cream.
One of the things you were mentioning earlier is that people need meal food or hot food.
Yeah. And this is it, Yeah, you have some hot food. You can enjoy it a little bit colder. That's okay. It's still gonna be very good, and and it's more than sandwiches. You feel like you're having food and not just like a little small bites. You always try to accommodate everybody. And then if you're vegan or if you're vegetarian, just let us know. We can make it vegan. We can make it vegetarian. We have so many options. And this, you can also grab it. So we've made those little cocktails that you can just grab with you. This is a mocktail actually, so it's made with hibiscus, lemongrass from Cameroon. My hibiscus come from Cameroon, lemongrass from Cameroon, and then you either have ginger beer, non-alcoholic, or yuzu soda, which gives a little bit of
carbonation, like
yes,
bubbly.
it gives
Yeah.
a bubbly to it. So it's very good. It's like a soda, but then with hibiscus in it. Jara, you're the food expert. Probably you can dig into it
Oh my
and
God,
then
I'm
just
so
let
excited.
us know
I'm
what
so excited. Okay, what should I try
goes through
first?
your mind. Anything you can go.
Okay, let's go into this one. Here we go. This is so good. If you love shepherd's pie, you're gonna love this. And it's like, it has a little bit of, a little spicy too. Yeah, it's perfect.
This is beef. That too.
Chef Maria killed it. Okay?
I mean,
she killed it.
if
So are any of these items on the menu at Virunga?
so, some of the staples are gonna stay, and then others are gonna be updated as we go to keep along with the menu and to remain fresh and to have different options, so you can go and take a picnic package this week, and then the next week it's gonna be different as well.
So you have to get on these meatballs. They are amazing.
So this is a way you can enjoy your picnic. Black Foodie is hosting 2 other picnic day on August 22nd and September 19th. So it's Le Virunga. It's in Montreal. The address is 851 Rue Rachel Est, Rachel Street East. We're going to be open from Tuesday to Saturday from 5:30 to 10 and 11 on Friday and Saturday. So
Do you know what's going to be on the menu next week yet? For the picnic? Is it going to be anything that's here?
I do not know. I don't cook. I'm not a chef, and I'm not in the kitchen. So
Okay, so we're going to have to convince Chef Maria
Yes,
to put
I
these
have
on.
as
Okay.
much surprise as my customers, because otherwise I would tell everybody everything, because I cannot keep secrets. So I am in the dark. It's Chef Maria that decides what goes on the menu. It really goes, and I think it's the beauty of it. It's the flexibility of being. I'm inspired by this recipe today, and I'm gonna do this recipe from that region, and it gives a platform also for every culture. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.